Welcome to ChopChopChef. Today, you and me, we doing other sort of party snack food, right? And what we're doing today is a puff pastry triangle filled with a spinach and ricotta cheese filling. All right, so easy. So we have, for this one, we have our spinach. I have some mint, egg wash, ricotta, feta cheese, which I already crumbled. Yeah. I have some breadcrumbs, not much. And then we have some onion brunoise, as I call it, onion diced, black and white sesame seeds, one egg, a little bit butter, salt and pepper. So easy, right? But first thing first is, what I have to do is I have to take the spinach, the onions and the butter, bring them on the stove and saute on this one. And then this mixture I take out of the pan and let it cool down completely. Yeah? When it is cooled down, I chop it up, squeeze it, so take all the liquid out, and then we continue. All right, I bring all these goodies on my stove, and saute this one on. Okay, we're putting butter in the pan. And already we can put the fine diced onion in there. Swirl good. Okay. Swirl, swirl, swirl. So this goes fairly quickly. Yeah. So because I mean the filling, we want to make sure there's not too much moisture in there, then otherwise our triangle later on gets soggy. So that's why we saute on. Of course the onions as well, nice and shiny. Yeah, this comes already, you can see this already. And now we're putting all the spinach in there. This is very quick. And then straight away we can season this one with a little bit salt and pepper. That's the seasoning more or less. So we got some seasoning already there. Okay. And hocus pocus, you will see the spinach is welding very swiftly. But of course with nicely coated in this beautiful butter. Yeah. But we saute on this one. We cook it very well. Because when we're doing our puff pastry triangle, we don't want to get any more steam out or water extract out of the spinach leaves. Okay, as I said to you, now this spinach, I put it in the refrigerator, right? Let it completely cool down. Chop it nicely up and squeeze out the water, and then we see us on the workbench again. See you there. Okay, everybody, here we go. My spinach, believe it or not, that's all what it is. Nicely sauteed, cooled down, chopped, and taking out the liquid as good as I can, right? You put it on a sieve or it's between your hands. Yeah, I had my mint, chopped mint in here as well. So next thing is obviously we adding our ricotta cheese in here. Yeah, we put all that in here. Our feta cheese, yeah, because we call it cheese triangle. Yeah, so we need all that goodies. Yeah, and then yes, we can put we're cracking one egg in here. Yeah. Okay. That's done as well. Already this breadcrumbs definitely we can put on there. Maybe we need a little bit more. Let's see how we go. Okay. So, alright, I just put it over here. And mix now all this nicely together. Obviously we want to make sure that the spinach comes apart, because I chopped it so well and squeezed it. Oh yeah, this looks already good. This looks good. Okay, we keep that here on the side. Now our puff pastry sheet. For this we dust as always a little bit our workbench or workboard here. We're taking our puff pastry sheet I take it off the plastic because I just roll it a little bit more out, a little bit finer. Yeah, dust this a little bit again, like so many times. Okay, just give it a little bit of a. Now, obviously, very simple. We want to have squares, right? So we need a small knife, obviously. One moment. Okay. Ideally, we have nice squares. So divide this one, say, by 1, 2. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. This one I make obviously small ones. You can divide them as well in bigger ones. I sort of like to see. I mean, hopefully I can get 8 by 8 centimeter, right? And if you're good with the eyesight, it's okay. Otherwise, take a ruler, right, and check it. Okay. Now we have our square. Easy done. Yeah. Next thing is. Obviously, we put already egg wash on half of the half of the square on the outer circle, because later on we're putting an outer filling here. You know, we want to fold this one over and glue it on here. So that's the idea. Okay, let's do it this way. Okay, now we're taking a teaspoon and putting our filling in here. Now this is as well a little bit of fine line, not too much, not too less. Yeah, but you get a hang of this one very easy. So have a look at this, right? So this is what I want. Again, we are still sitting on the lower part, right? On the lower part of the triangle. Now we bring this one nicely over. Keep your filling nicely in, and now we press this one. Have a look. Nice, right? So nice and tight, and you can feel your filling in here already. So keep it, I make it slow obviously. So you see the one, have a look, right? So that's what you want. Again, and make sure there's no air bubble in here. You want to keep it nice and solid like this. Okay, now next thing obviously comes, I have a little fork here, and what I can do now is to make it a little more pretty, yeah, and obviously to strengthen my tidiness of my spinach and cheese triangle, yeah. So have a look at this. So far so good, right? Now we give this baby the other coating with egg wash on top. Just like this, and then we take some of I made a mixture of black and white sesame seeds, and we are not too shy on that, right? And this baby's going on our parchment paper, yeah, like that, and this will go in the oven by 200 degrees for good 20 to 25 minutes. All right, our puff pastry, cheese and spinach triangle are in the oven at 200 degrees for close to 20 minutes. Yeah, so I finished the process and we open the oven and finger crossed. Yeah, they're looking good, they're looking good. Let's bring them out as babies. And if you get a shot from the whole tray, you can see already, you know, I once involved my cameraman and look at the shape. You know, oh my God, you know, that's always this beginners, but it looks all right, you know. Okay, we bring them out of the oven here, away from the heat, because they're looking definitely ready, right? So what it is ready, number one, of course, we're having a nice golden brown top, and when we turn them around, hopefully the base is equally nice golden brown, right? So that means, I mean, our puff pastry is 100% nicely cooked, and our cottage cheese and spinach filling is nice and warm, right? And I mean, for presentation, I can put them in a dish like this. This is really whatever. Yeah, but you have to let them cool down a little bit, and you have to inform your guest, customer, friends, because they are hot inside. Don't forget, the filling is hot. Okay, so here it is, ladies and gentlemen, my cheese and or ricotta and spinach triangle in puff pastry for your friends and you to enjoy. Hopefully I can see you next week for the next segment. Thank you so much.